Turn to the side in the mirror right now. Flex your arm. Make a muscle. It looks decent, right? You see a bump. You see a peak. You feel good about yourself. Now, I want you to turn and face the mirror directly. Relax your arms down by your side. Look at your upper arm. What do you see? Do they look like thick, powerful cannons that stretch your sleeves? Or do they disappear? Do they look flat, two-dimensional, like a sheet of paper turned sideways? If your arms vanish when you view them from the front, I have news for you. You do not have a bicep problem. You have a structural problem. You are suffering from what I call anterior flatness syndrome. You are neglecting the single most important muscle for arm thickness. It is a muscle that sits deep underneath your bicep in the dark, acting like a hydraulic jack to push your arm size to the absolute limit. It is the workhorse of the upper arm, and I guarantee 90% of you aren't just training it wrong. You aren't training it at all. You've been sold a lie that endless curls build big arms. Today, we fix that. Today, we build the foundation that makes the peak possible. Welcome back to the lab. I'm Dr. Aris Thorne, and this is Strength Unleashed. Today, we are not talking about getting a pump. We are not talking about flashing muscle for Instagram. We are talking about the biomechanics of mass. We are talking about the Brachialis. Here is the massive problem I see in the gym every single day, and it drives me insane. I see gigantic guys doing endless sets of barbell curls. They are doing preacher curls. They are doing concentration curls. They are obsessed with the biceps brachii, that two-headed muscle on top. They want that Arnold Schwarzenegger mountaintop, and that is fine. We all want the peak. But these same guys come to me frustrated. They say, "Doc, my arms haven't grown a millimeter in 6 months. I'm curling 50 kilograms, but my arms look skinny in a t-shirt." Why? Because they are building the roof of the house, while the foundation is crumbling into the dirt. The biceps brachii has a genetic limit to how big it can get on its own. It is a relatively thin strip of muscle sitting on top of the bone. If you want your arms to look thick, dense, and three-dimensional from every angle, especially from the front, where you face the world, you have to stop obsessing over the bicep and start obsessing over what lies beneath it. By the end, you are going to understand the biomechanics of this forgotten muscle. We are going to look at fiber types, leverage systems, and the neurology of grip. And I'm going to give you the specific exercises and the exact micro adjustments in form that will force your arms to grow wider. This is not a quick tip video. This is an education. Get your notebooks. Let's get into the anatomy of the illusion to understand why your arms aren't growing. We have to perform a digital dissection. We have to look under the skin. Most people have a simplistic view of the arm. They think front is bicep, back is tricep. Simple. Wrong. Sandwiched between the humerus, your upper arm bone, and the biceps brachii is a muscle called the brachialis. Now, anatomically, the brachialis originates on the distal half of the anterior surface of the humerus. It inserts onto the coronoid process and the tuberosity of the ulna. Why does this insertion matter? This is crucial. It inserts on the ulna. Your biceps brachii inserts on the radius. Here is the biomechanical secret. The radius bone can rotate. That's what allows you to turn your palm up, supinate, and down, pronate. The ulna, it acts like a hinge. It does not rotate, because the brachialis attaches to the ulna. It is a pure, unadulterated elbow flexor. It has one job: bend the arm. It doesn't care if your wrist is turned up, down, or sideways. It is the strongest flexor of the elbow joint, actually generating about 50% more power than the bicep itself. Think of it like this. Imagine your bicep is a mattress, a nice memory foam mattress. If you lay that mattress directly on the floor, it has a certain height. It looks okay, but now, imagine you put a box spring underneath that mattress. A thick, sturdy box spring. What happens? The mattress gets pushed up. It occupies more vertical space. The bed looks bigger, higher, and more substantial. The brachialis is that box spring. When you hypertrophy, grow the brachialis, it has nowhere to go but out. It physically pushes the biceps, brachii upward and outward. This creates two distinct visual effects. The peak lift, it increases your peak height without you doing a single regular curl, because the base is higher. The width expansion, it adds significant width to the arm. When someone looks at you from the front, they see the brachialis popping out on the lateral outside side of the arm, between the bicep and tricep. This is the secret to that thick look that separates powerlifters and pro bodybuilders from the average gym goer. But here is the catch, and this is where most training programs fail. The biceps brachii is a powerful supinator. That means it wants to twist your palm face up. When you do a standard barbell curl with your palms up, your bicep is mechanically aligned to hog all the glory. It is the prime mover. It steals the neural drive. It steals the tension. To target the brachialis, we have to act like a sniper. We have to essentially turn off or downregulate the bicep. We have to put it in a position of mechanical disadvantage. How do we do that? We manipulate the radius bone. We pronate the hand palm down, or we go neutral palm facing sideways. When you rotate your hand so the thumb is up or the palm is down, the bicep tendon wraps around the radius bone. It loses its straight line of pull. It loses leverage. It becomes weak. So who has to pick up the slack? It connects to the ulna. Remember, it doesn't care about the rotation. It stays strong while the bicep gets weak. If you are only curling with your palms up, you are neglecting the very muscle that provides the thickness you are chasing. You are trying to build a skyscraper on a swamp. Now that we understand the why, let's talk about the how. We are going to restructure your arm day. The first pillar of brachialis training is the hammer curl. But wait, before you roll your eyes and say, "I already do those." Doc, listen to me. I watch you in the gym. I see the Instagram videos. Most of you are doing them completely wrong. I see guys swinging dumbbells like they are trying to start a lawnmower. They are using their front delts to initiate the swing. They are shrugging their traps at the top. They are leaning back. That is trash volume. That is cardio with weights. We are going to refine this using the Strength Unleashed protocol. The setup: I want you to grab dumbbells that are maybe 15 to 20% lighter than what you usually use. If you grab the 50s, usually grab the 40s. Stand tall, feet shoulder width apart, core braced. Now, take your elbows and pin them to your ribs. Imagine there is a metal rod going through your torso, and both elbows. They cannot move forward, and they cannot move backward. They are a fixed hinge. The grip. Hold the dumbbells with a neutral grip, palms facing your body. But here is the secret sauce. Squeeze the dumbbell handle as hard as you possibly can. White knuckle it. This utilizes a neurological principle called concurrent activation potentiation cap, or irradiation. By gripping hard, you send a massive neural overflow signal to the surrounding muscles, in this case, the brachioradialis forearm and the brachialis. You are pre-priming the nervous system for maximum contraction. The movement. Curl the weight up. Do not let the elbow drift forward. If the elbow moves forward, you are using your front delt to help. Keep it pinned. Curl up to about chest height. At the top, you won't get that same cramping, balling up sensation you get with a bicep curl. That's okay. You should feel a deep, dull, structural ache in the side of your arm and deep under the bicep. The isometric pause at the top for 1 full second. Squeeze that handle. The eccentric, the growth phase. This is non-negotiable. You must control the way down. 3 seconds. 1.2.3. Why? The brachialis is a postural muscle in many ways. It responds incredibly well to time under tension. If you just let gravity drop the weight, you are deleting 50% of the growth stimulus. You are robbing yourself. Variations. Seated hammer curls. This is excellent if you have a tendency to cheat. Sit on a bench with a vertical back support. This removes the ability to use hip drive. It isolates the arm completely. Chest-supported incline hammers. Lie face down on an incline bench. Let your arms hang. Curl up. This removes all body English. It is humbling, but effective. This is your heavy hitter. This is where we load the muscle with mechanical tension. Aim for 3 to 4 sets in the 6 to 10 repetition range. Heavy, strict, brutal. If hammer curls are the heavy hitter, this next exercise is the ego killer. It is the great humbler. We are moving to the reverse curl. This is the exercise most men avoid. Why? Because if you can curl 100 pounds on a barbell, you might struggle with 50 pounds on a reverse curl. It looks weak on social media, and that insecurity is exactly why your arms are skinny. For the reverse curl, you take a barbell or an EZAB bar and you grip it with your palms facing down, pronated. Let's go back to the mechanics. Remember the radius bone? When you go fully pronated, palms down, the biceps brachii tendon is wrapped all the way around the bone. It is in a state of active insufficiency. It is mechanically disadvantaged to the extreme. The bicep effectively checks out. It says, "I can't help you here." You are now relying almost entirely on the brachialis and the brachioradialis. This exercise does double duty. It thickens the upper arm brachialis and builds those massive Popeye-style forearms, brachioradialis, that signal power instantly. The execution, the grip. I prefer an easy bar for this. A straight bar can place excessive torque on the wrists for some people. The slight angle of the EZA bar is more anatomical. Thumbless grip. This is a pro tip. Keep your thumbs over the bar alongside your fingers. Why? When you wrap your thumb under the bar, you tend to squeeze with your wrist flexors the underside of your forearm. We want to target the extensors and the upper arm. Going thumbless forces the elbow flexors to do the heavy lifting. The wrist was position. Keep your wrists neutral. or slightly extended, cocked back. Do not let them curl under like a T-Rex. The elbows, just like the hammer curl, pin them to your sides. Curl the weight up. You will notice you cannot go as high as a normal curl. That is fine. Go until your forearms touch your biceps, or as high as you can without the elbows moving forward. Pause. Lower. Slowly. You will feel a burning sensation that is different from a normal pump. It feels almost like a fire in the deep tissue and the top of the forearm. That is the weakness leaving your body. Common mistakes: swinging. Because the weight feels light, people try to swing it up. The moment you swing, your lower back takes the load. We are trying to isolate a small, stubborn muscle. Precision is the only way to grow it. Wrist curling. Don't turn this into a wrist curl at the top. Keep the wrist rigid. Programming. This exercise responds well to slightly higher reps. We want metabolic stress here. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Focus on the burn. If you can't brush your teeth afterwards because your arms are shaking, you did it right. The third movement in our trilogy is my personal favorite for aesthetic width. It is the crossbody hammer curl, sometimes called the pinwheel curl. This looks similar to a regular hammer curl, but the angle of pull changes the game. Instead of curling the dumbbell straight out in front of you sagittal plane, you curl it across your torso towards the opposite shoulder frontal plane. Why does this matter? Why change the angle? When you curl across the body, you are putting the shoulder into slight internal rotation and adduction. This position, combined with the neutral grip, lines up the fibers of the brachialis and the long head of the bicep perfectly against the line of force. It allows for a tremendous peak contraction that you simply cannot feel with a standard hammer curl. How to perform. Stand with 1 dumbbell or 2 alternating. Let's assume alternating. Start with the arm by your side, palm facing your leg. Curl the weight across your chest. Aim to touch the head of the dumbbell to your opposite pec or shoulder. The path. Keep the dumbbell close to your body. Do not swing it way out in front of you. It should almost graze your chest. The squeeze. At the top, hold it. Squeeze the outer part of your arm. You should see the brachialis popping out if you are lean enough. The hack. Lean slightly into the working side. If you are curling with your right arm, lean slightly to the right. This increases the range of motion and the stretch. On the brachialis at the bottom. This exercise is fantastic for high volume work and finishing the muscle. While regular hammer curls are great for heavy loads, 6 to 8 reps, cross-body curls shine in the 12 to 15 or even 20 rep range. It floods the brachialis with blood, stretching the thick fascia that surrounds the muscle. Fascia is like a tight leather sheath around your muscle. If it's too tight, the muscle has no room to expand. By pumping the muscle full of blood hyperemia, we stretch that sheath, creating room for new growth. We have our 3 exercises. Now, how do we program this? And how do we take it to the extreme level? The sequencing strategy. Most of you are starting your arm workouts with barbell curls. You burn all your energy, all your glycogen, and all your focus on the biceps break. Then, at the end of the workout, when you are exhausted and ready to go home, you throw in a few lazy sets of hammer curls. You are treating the brachialis like an afterthought. So it looks like an afterthought. We need to flip the script. For the next 8 weeks, I want you to implement a brachialis prioritization phase. This means you perform your brachialis movement first. Sample thick arm routine, heavy hammer curls, seated. 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Focus, mechanical tension. Rest 2 to 3 minutes. Closing parenthesis. Reverse easy bar curls, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Focus, isolation. Rest 90 sec. Standard supinated barbell dumbbell curls, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Now we hit the bicep. You will be weaker here than usual. That is fine. The target was the brachialis crossbody hammer curls, 2 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Focus, metabolic stress, pump, intensity, technique. The drop set, the brachialis, is stubborn. Sometimes it needs a wake-up call. On your last set of hammer curls, I want you to perform a double drop set. Do 8 reps with the 40 pounds. Failure immediately. Grab the 30 pounds. Do as many reps as possible. Failure immediately. Grab the 20 pounds. Do as many reps as possible. Failure. Then hold the 20 pounds at 90 degrees. Isometric hold for as long as you can stand the pain. Creates massive metabolic stress and signals the body that it needs to reinforce this tissue. Let's bring this home. Building a physique that commands respect is not about doing what everyone else is doing. It is not about following the herd to the preacher curl bench. It is about understanding anatomy. It is about biomechanics. It is about looking in the mirror, identifying the structural weak points, the hidden muscles, and ruthlessly attacking them. The brachialis is the unsung hero of arm training. It is the difference between a generic arm and a powerful arm. It is the key to thickness. It is the key to that 3D look. You now have the knowledge. You understand the hydraulic jack concept. You know that palm-up curling is insufficient. You have the tools. Hammer curls for heavy load, reverse curls for mechanical disadvantage, and forearm tying, crossbody curls for width and fascia stretching. The only thing missing is the work, the application. Don't just listen to this podcast and nod your head. Don't save it for later. Go to the gym. Look at your program. Slash the volume on the vanity exercises and invest that volume into the foundation. Next time you pick up a dumbbell, I want you to think about that mattress and the box spring. I want you to visualize that deep muscle underneath, pushing everything up. If you found value in this deep dive, if you want to learn about more hidden muscles that will transform your physique, like the rear delt, the soleus, the long head of the tricep, make sure you are subscribed. We are going to dismantle every muscle group just like this. My question for you today, be honest in the comments. How many sets of direct brachialis, work hammer, reverse curls are you currently doing per week? And what are you going to change after listening to this? I'm Dr. Aris Thorne. This is Strength Unleashed. Go build the foundation.